Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Josh.
And this is a pineapple! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, fellow nerds. It is so good to be back with two nerds and a pineapple. So, for the legendary, as promised, Galaxy's Edge review.
Yep.
Before we get anything out and start reviewing the different products, Josh, how was your trip to Galaxy's Edge?
All right. So yeah, I guess we're gonna start off with the review of the place. I guess this is pretty much what it is, that trip.
Yep.
So I kind of talked about the Florida trip, anyways, and that's
Right. Yep.
on the other video. But so I'll say this: overall, we did other stuff at Hollywood Studios at Disney, like not a lot of stuff, but a little bit. And even there, I think if you cut that stuff out, you still wouldn't have enough time to be immersed at Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
So, if you guys want, you guys, there's plenty of videos on Galaxy's Edge, too. But Harry Potter, the Harry Potter lands at Universal Studios, go look up videos on that stuff. Absolutely phenomenal place. They're still bustling with people, but absolutely phenomenal immersion. Galaxy's Edge is immersive. It's just not as immersive. And part of that is definitely COVID, but part of that is not the COVID restrictions.
Okay.
Because there's this shop plaza, and you have to wait in line to go in, and then you can only have one group of people in shop at a time. It's a small shop, but still, it just takes the immersion out of like a bustling Star Wars, market, and you don't have that stuff to go around in. I just realized we don't have something out here, but I can go grab those later. Anyways, what we did have, what was cool but disappointing at the same time, was those Coca-Cola and Sprite bombs that we had. Right. I don't know if you want to go.
I can just grab them real quick.
Yeah, we're going around. Basically, we'll won't pause, but we'll take a look at those. Basically, they kind of looked metal on picture, but overall they weren't. It's plastic with like the plastic lining around them, which it still looks cool, but it was disappointing. I mean, I guess they'd be a lot more expensive than they were if they were metal, but with everything else in Galaxy's Edge, I kind of think that they could have maybe done both, like a metal version and a plastic version.
I heard you.
You got all three? Awesome.
Yep. So we got Diet, normal Coke.
So,
normal Coke.
it doesn't pick up well, but you can see that's
Diet Coke.
I mean, they kind of they definitely look cool from afar, even over here.
They look cool from afar. I heard what you were saying. My main critique is the same thing. They did look metal, and I know that shouldn't be a huge critique because why would it be? They're soda bottles, essentially, but they looked far higher quality than they actually are, and that's the only...
It's the second time I've done that today.
Dang, bro, calm down. They looked far, far better advertised than they did when you actually got them. So that's literally, it's just a quality thing. They work just fine. They are kind of cool, but I look at them up close and in person, they look like Christmas bulbs instead of actual soda grenades. And I wish they would.
I might use them as Christmas bulbs, honestly.
Well, people have. They're good. But, like, I was hoping to really have that. You twist it off and it sounds like metal, and you get the sounds, and it's just.
Well, you did get
dramatic.
You did get the mist sound when you opened it.
Yeah, but it would have been different if the materials were different. But that's my only thing. It's so weird critiquing about.
You even have like the bottle cap. The bottle cap literally goes inside there.
I mean, that's cool. But
see, the bottle cap's actually in there.
Yeah,
it's just the cover for the bottle cap.
Right. So like. It's a weird critique. It's
totally
the most first world problem you're ever going to hear in your life.
100%.
And I recognize that. Like, at the end of the day, who cares? It holds soda, but...
Right.
Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it.
So, there's not much else to say about Galaxy's Edge. I don't want to drown on forever. But, the place itself, it was great. For like a Star Wars land, it was kind of boring. I mean, you had a lot of your like your actual astromech droids and stuff like in the background, and like you had your ships and stuff. Like the set pieces were like the big Millennium Falcon was really freaking awesome to see, but the buildings themselves, sure, it kind of felt Star Warsy, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's Star Wars. And granted, it looks like
I guess
an alienated human world.
That leads to my question for you, the main question. Not to cut you off, but from what it sounds like, the way you described it to me, the events and rides they had in Galaxy's Edge were very immersive, very well done. But the land, interior, and the landscape itself wasn't as immersive as the actual rides. Pretty
much.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't terrible, but like if you compare it to Harry Potter Land, it's like a village to a city. That's a weird analogy, but
yeah.
It's not. It's impressive, but it's not. Like the Millennium Falcon set piece was huge and it was awesome. I have a picture of that stuff and it was really awesome. But overall, I think it was because you have to rush through too, so you can't just stop and stare at things.
Yeah.
And I also had experiences planned and stuff, so like.
Unless you have money to go there every single day, which
right, we talked about that. Yeah, unless you have time to like make like a couple of days there, or even like 3 days, you're not going to be able to see and everything, and that's fine. But that was like our first time at Galaxy's Edge, and we've actually been at Harry Potter Land like 3-4 times now. So
you guys, yeah.
So technically speaking, that might be one of the reasons.
So you've been there, you had the experiences there.
Right, so maybe I'm definitely going to go back eventually someday, so maybe that experience will be different. But anyways, that's done with the place. So moving right on to my favorite freaking item.
Favorite first, huh?
We're going to start with the favorite. We're going to start off the banger. I want to get right into it.
All right.
The greatest freaking thing I've probably, gosh, I don't know. The greatest thing ever. I don't know how to properly describe it. I don't have words for it. I'm going to take my mug off of here. The Savi's Workshop lightsaber. You guys can't hold this obviously or feel it, but it's metal. It's hefty.
It does have a weight to it.
It has weight. It feels like metal. That's your emitter. Like, this is the heaviest part, but I'm not going to take it completely apart. Just because I don't feel like doing that the entire video. But again, we have so this is what they tell you. This is a rank horse tooth. And I chose elemental nature, which is kind of your Jedi or Sith, but technically Jedi. That would be more in tune with the elements and the world around you and like your earth.
Okay.
And that, so you use pieces of like the earth to kind of like, granted you have your metals, but like here you kind of have like tree bark, kind of like a birch tree, but it's Star Wars, so it's not birch tree.
Right.
It's not actually wood, but it does definitely like.
It gives the effect.
It does give you the effect. You have your nice bronze here. This is like rubber, you can feel it. It's phenomenal. The Rancor's tooth is plastic. I feel like I wish they could have used a little bit of a better material for this, but that's literally it.
Okay.
This, I think, was $200. The experience was like $200. Not that I want to talk about prices or anything, but if you have the money to spend, it's worth it. So before I continue on without this amazing thing, I do want to talk about the experience within the place itself.
Okay.
So we did tell you this story. Look up a video online because I won't explain it all. But they basically in the park they pretend it's like a scrap yard shop, like a black market scrap. Not even black market, but like a scrap yard, or like you get scrap material so you can buy scrap metal. But it's
a lot of scrap.
But it's secretly a underground, lightsaber building shop for its Savi's workshop. So, they like kind of secretly thinking like, oh, you're here for the scrap metal showing or blah, blah, blah. And the workers were so immersive. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, you guys can go find a video on the internet that will better explain everything. And I don't want to give too many spoilers for what's inside of it. So if you don't want spoilers, then I won't even explain what it is, because I would rather you go in there and build yourself a lightsaber because the experience is absolutely phenomenal. I will explain this one part, so this is kind of a spoiler. There's one part where they have you like close your eyes and like imagine what you're in tuned in the Force with and blah 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 and like different things. Again, I'm not explaining it well, but I had literal freaking goosebumps, and our father who was recording it had goosebumps just recording it. But I closed my eyes and I already knew what kyber crystal I wanted, and I'm like closing my eyes. I'm like, but like I wasn't like excited like, oh, I'm gonna run and pick the blue. But I was like, I don't know how to properly describe it, but I think fellow nerds will understand this. I felt like I was freaking Padawan getting ready to like. I can't properly describe it. It was absolutely phenomenal. I closed my eyes and I'm like, blue, and like I was just like thinking
blue,
of
blue.
Not, like,
I do know what you mean.
Like just like the different things.
You're in the scene,
and I knew what blue means for a Jedi, so I'm like thinking about that stuff. And then all of a sudden I open my eyes and they have the kyber crystals in front of me, and literally I'm not joking. When I opened my eyes went right to the blue, and I'm like, I didn't look at it. There's other blue kyber crystals. It went to one automatic, like 2 seconds. So I'm like, oh, I didn't go fast, but I'm like slowly. Anyways, moving on. This thing is freaking awesome.
It is.
It is worth the experience itself. Is freaking phenomenal, and I think this and it comes with the blade and the kyber crystal. This alone is worth $200. I honestly will say that, but it comes with the freaking experience too.
May I see it real quick?
Yes.
See, what I love, not to cut you. Are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
Well, I was gonna show the.
Okay, you show.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll say my piece after.
Actually, you know what? First. Also, I did have this on here because this is the bag that they give you, and because it helps you carry it around. Ours was at the end of the day, so it wasn't a big thing. But this is expensive. They don't want to carry it. It's quite a nice bag. It's insulated and stuff.
Which is smart.
But here we go, boys.
Love how it makes a sound. It's super interactive.
You want to turn off the lights just a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of gets on, but we've already seen this lightsaber, but just keep them off so you can come. Yeah, you can come back. So this light's not picking up because it's daytime. We usually actually film like when it's darker out.
Yeah.
But I think you guys can hear the sounds of this. You have the blue kyber crystal.
Microphone? No, definitely hear it.
Oh yeah, you got your nice sound effects.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but you do see the yellow clash sounds when it clashes. Absolutely phenomenal. And then you're
very nice.
I could go on for hours about this thing. This is the pin that they give you. You kind of choose. You go through different lightsaber or scrap metal pieces that you want.
Yep.
And then you pick the corresponding thing, which is the elemental nature. This is a little pin. You just wear it, so when you go out and they select it for you. You are able to. You can purchase these online, but this is a stand. I will say it doesn't always work, but that's because what I have my saber on is not like super stable. It does wiggle like when you're in my room. So that's that. I regret not getting the lightsaber clip. I thought that was because what I wanted was the Rancor tooth at the bottom, but this does have a little black piece that hooks onto it. But I can buy it online. It would be a little more expensive,
right,
but I can buy it online eventually if I wanted to.
Okay.
Actually, keep that blade on. But is there anything you want to say while I kind of...
I was just gonna say it. What you said before, it was surprisingly heavy. It doesn't look heavy. But the one thing I really wanted to touch on, that is awesome. Freaking amazing.
You want to hold that? You can show it to the camera while you're talking if you want.
So, this is just so phenomenal. It's really well. I mean, the crystal itself is plastic, but like, it doesn't look cheap. Like it looks like a lightsaber crystal.
I bought this online because I'm a weirdo.
Oh, the white one?
You can't see the chip that tells the machine what color it is on that one, but you can kind of see it in this. You won't be able to see it on camera, but you have your white kyber crystal. Now, I want to say this before you keep talking, but put this in. So before you keep talking, I'm just going to say this. This thing is absolutely amazing. You heard what the blue Kyber Crystal does, the sounds that it makes. Be prepared to be amazed, Zach.
Oh yeah.
Going.
So the only real other thing I have to say about it, with how phenomenal it is pictures don't do it justice.
Nope.
At least the ones I've seen, and even videos, like this video included. I don't think it really does it justice. It looks so cool. Because seeing pictures and videos of these specific sabers from Galaxy's Edge, I really wasn't sold on them being that much money. I was like, they're kind of cool, but I wouldn't spend that kind of money on that. Oh yeah. There's no blade. But seeing it in person completely changes your perspective on the lightsaber itself. It looks far better than I ever thought it would actually in real life. I thought you were going to come home with like basically a good-looking piece of plastic. Yeah. And I am so far beyond amazed that you didn't.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, on to this. So, you guys saw what the blue looked like, and more importantly, you heard what the blue sounded like.
Again, it's daytime and we really can't. We could set up like blankets and stuff to kind of dampen the light, so it isn't gonna look as cool in the daytime. It does not look as cool in the daytime, but like in a dark room, both of these things look
phenomenal.
Yep. But just be prepared for the sound.
The white sound.
Oh my gosh, it's just amazing.
It looks good on screen too.
You hear the crackle, and then
That's wonderful. It looks really good. May I turn it on?
Yes, you can.
Never want to overstep. These are so special. Oh, but you just holding it, you just feel like a Jedi.
Yeah,
and then
it is.
You hear it. You just.
It is.
It's. That's wonderful.
Again, I encourage anyone, even just save up the money if you're planning to go to Galaxy's Edge. Save up the money. You have to actually not pre-order, but you have to schedule these experiences ahead of time right now.
Yep.
But if you're planning to go on Galaxy's Edge, look up how far ahead you have to schedule these things. Schedule it for the day you're going. Yep. If you don't have money, save up the money. Find money. If you want a lightsaber, there is. I haven't had any of the other off-brand lightsabers. I haven't, but I've heard they're great. But if you want a lightsaber, this is good as well because those other lightsabers are expensive too. And this is honestly for $200. You buy a kyber crystal for anywhere from $15 to $25, and just I'm probably eventually will buy a bunch. There's yellow, green, red. I'm
purple.
Sure I'm sure
if they have pink. Okay.
No, they have purple, but
purple.
I'm sure they make all different sounds as well. So yeah, it's just freaking awesome.
Yep. Absolutely.
That being said, I think that is pretty much the lightsaber. And my gosh, it's impressive. So moving on. Most impressive. So, moving on, what would you like to see next, Zach?
What would I like to see next? I would really, really love to see the wonderful droid unit. I love the droid unit. So.
He kind of scared you a little earlier, but...
It didn't scare me. It wasn't scary.
Want to go get him? Oh, gosh. That looks really weird on the screen.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Just turn them on. Bottom.
Bottom?
Yeah.
Well, this is way less cool.
No, the very bottom. The switch there, not the button. The switch.
Switch?
On his, basically his nether regions.
Hey, we're gonna pretend this was cool. I'm gonna go get the droid.
Whoa!
Oh, there it is! Hey!
I gotta be very careful because we don't have a lot of room on this table, and I'm not gonna move Mr. Nappa here. But
if I move this, you can move him towards the front if you want.
I think he just turned off. That was terrible timing. His batteries might need to be replaced.
Oop.
My review might have changed on this droid. Anyways, the experience for this was not as good as the lightsaber. We didn't get any pictures or film it because my friend Kevin was in there with me, and we don't take pictures. We're not. That's just not us. We don't.
Yep.
We're not those kind of.
You're
dudes.
in the moment kind of people.
But it was pretty cool. The selecting of the pieces was not that complicated. I mean, I don't wish it was more complicated, but there's not a lot to like worry about or do. But building it was really cool. Again, you could probably look up a video on that. Pretty cool. You get to scroll all the pieces in. You get the head actually comes off. There you go.
Oh, whoa. I haven't seen that before.
So you have all of like just like a bunch of.
Oh, that's cool.
So you got a bunch of stuff in there. You can buy other heads and stuff for your droid, but I just like this one. This one's name is R5. I can get this piece back in here. It's a little complicated. It doesn't go in perfectly. It has to like have slots. There it is.
Cool.
His name is R521, and that's because he's an R5 R units. But 21 is because of the year we went to Florida and that Florida trip that we went. So
your custom name for your custom droid.
Right. It's not like anything like cool, and heck, it's a little corny. But hey, whatever. It's gonna be a memory that I can remember forever.
Yeah.
You have all these things that kind of come out. You could actually choose what color these were.
Really?
But I just chose black because the other option was silver, and I'm like, I wanted it to be a black and orange guy. So these came with it, like the head, the orange bits, but everything else I had to buy, all these decals. This decal doesn't even go there. I just thought it kind of looked cool and unique.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these other decals you kind of just put on yourself, which I will say is kind of disappointing.
The decals are the orange pieces?
Yeah,
okay.
and I'll say it is kind of disappointing with the decals. But like these doors here open up, and you can buy different accessories that kind of go. Actually, this is the personality chip. So the personality chip goes. You can buy a personality chip. He makes different sounds and interacts with inside the park. This is a door that fits other things inside. There was like a Jabba's Palace thing, that like the serving tray that you could put on top of these droids.
All right.
There was plenty of accessories. We have the gun. We had this in the fake review video. If you guys want to go see that,
that's good.
I'm not gonna bother putting that on. There's also thrusters, like, you know how the droids glide, but I was like, it's not actually gonna fly, so what's the point of that?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say overall, I don't know if it could have been better, but like it's cool for a little bit, and it was like fun driving around in the airport because I did that. But like overall, it is kind of an RC car that just makes sounds and is slow.
Okay.
Again, you can talk like I want to see if I can turn it back on.
I guess my only...
My concern is I might have to replace the batteries in this thing because it did turn off just now.
It's not...
Yeah, I mean, if this thing died forever, I'm going to be a little upset, but I'm sure it just needs to replace the batteries. They did say the batteries are supposed to last a long time, and I've never really... I don't use them a whole lot,
I was going to say, it's not like...
The Saber has been fine. I use the Saber a whole lot more, and it's fine, so...
I think the only thing I have to say...
I don't know.
Not a critique. It's not a critique, but it is along the same lines of... I'm shocked that it's plastic. It's another one of those things that... It didn't necessarily look metal.
I don't think we had the power on correctly. I think that was the problem.
Oh, there we go. But
he's fine.
In my head, I envisioned him being some type of metal. Does that make sense? But it's not a critique. I don't care that it's plastic.
It wouldn't make sense to be metal. I mean, I don't think it would because it wouldn't be able to.
It's true. So it's not a critique. I know. I'm one of those high.
Yeah, I think you turned off.
It all has to be perfect, right?
The batteries are definitely
going
faulty in him. I won't get back to you on it, but
you'll look into it.
Or maybe I will. Do we have another video? I don't know. Well, I might get back to you guys. If I can.
All in all, I really like him.
I think
really he's
awesome.
Cool. He makes really cool sounds. I'd
say this too.
Go ahead.
Granted, he's small, so you can't have a big astromech droid because.
Why not?
I mean, you actually can, but those things are like
so much money.
Like $5,000 or something.
Yeah, they're a lot,
and they're extremely rare. Like you gotta.
I've seen those in person at the Comic-Cons and whatnot.
Probably only
those are really cool.
Probably only like 10 in the world, like actual like things you could buy. Because there's plenty of prop ones, but like things like someone who could own, there's probably only like 5 or so. I don't know. But yeah, overall he's really cute. I do wish it was kind of like a Roomba, honestly, where like it moved on its own. It only interacts with things and stays on inside Galaxy's Edge, which is also disappointing.
Wish
Overall,
it would be more interactive.
It is nice. Yeah, I don't know what the batteries were. I would figure it out now, but we don't have time for that. But yeah, R521, my boy. I hope you're not dead. I mean, we're just working, so I'm sure maybe it just needs. I don't know.
Maybe it's just camera shy.
Like maybe I'm gonna look in your. That's to reset it, but yeah, the power.
Because I don't think I reset it. I think I just hit.
No, you definitely didn't. Because if it reset, it wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
And even if it reset, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's. That was a little awkward.
That was very random. Yeah, all in all, I like the colors you chose. I really haven't researched.
I love the personality on the eye there.
Yep,
I don't know. I like that.
I haven't researched the droids myself, so I really don't know how many options they have for them. But I'm impressed with it. I'm impressed.
There's a lot of,
at the end of the day,
there's a lot of different heads. I'll say that.
Like I had the little BB-8, the Sphero.
Yep.
The little one, and it was pretty cool. But all in all, it's pretty much a bigger version of that. I don't mean that in a rude way.
Oh, but yeah, it is.
But it
very much is.
It's a very glorified, though very, very, very wonderful RC car, basically, like what you said. But they're cool. I like them.
All right. With that being said, I don't want to move on to something like super lame, but the cup. We're gonna go to the Jabba cup. I forget what it was called, but it had something called Moof Juice. We tried to recreate it at the house. It wasn't terrible, but at the park, holy crap, it was amazing. It tasted really good. It was inside here. We showed it in the other video, but you have your little like frog creature in there.
It lights up.
It's just actually I don't know what happened. This one glitched out.
Oh really?
This is Kevin's, but the light's kind of working.
Kevin,
but the glitch is kind of still glitched out there. It is very cool looking. It's just straight up plastic though, so that's. I don't remember how expensive it was, but like, it's kind of disappointing overall. I'd say. Again, it's definitely cool, and when it has like a murky drink, like a soda or like a orange juice, the Moof Juice like orange juice, pineapple juice, and like fruit punch kind of thing. Like vaguely that's what it is.
Yep.
But like this doesn't stay together. The strap, you're supposed to be able to wear it around your neck, but like it does not. Look, you saw there's no force there.
Yeah.
So like, you could just carry it around your neck, but like when it has some liquid, or if it doesn't, you're just carrying it, and you're like,
you do anything.
I barely move. I did that. You know, it's not terrible. It makes a really cool set piece. I'll say that. It looks really nice on my room.
Maybe something to carry around the house every now and again.
Yeah. But overall, I will say this is probably the most disappointing thing there.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. What's your opinion on it? Come on. Take a look. See, got that.
So I like it. Why isn't it closing? There we go. My critique isn't that it's not metal. It's that it's not metal. It's
yeah.
I am, and that's just a straight up critique for Galaxy's Edge. There's surprisingly a lot of high grade plastic.
There was a lot of
toys.
items I didn't get. Like you could get. I have the Lawful Cat, but there was like a baby like Yeti. No, it's not a Yeti. Gosh, why am I forgetting the name of the thing? The thing in Empire. On Hoth.
Tauntaun.
No. There was a baby Tauntaun, but the thing that gets Luke.
The Yeti.
No one know what that's called.
I don't know what it's called.
There was that, and then there was a couple other creatures that you could get, and there was plenty of like. There was that from Rogue One, the Stormtrooper doll. You could actually get that.
Oh, cool.
There was plenty of more items at Galaxy's Edge. I just did not have the money.
See, I've seen this a lot with Galaxy's Edge in general. It's not that everything's not metal. I'm not trying to sound too prude and prissy, but for a theme park that is supposed to have the most immersive Star Wars thing you can get, I do wish they had slightly better quality items to make you feel more in the world.
I do agree with you.
Because, like, even if, like, let's say Galaxy's Edge was perfect and it was completely 100% immersive, but then I look at this thing and it's clearly not as high grade as everything else. Clearly, I'm taking out of the world a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with the prices that they're charging for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, it's really my only critique, and that's just because I'm super petty anyway. We all know that. Like, I really like the best of the best stuff because I like the immersion into these worlds. So, part of it's my fault because I'm a fan, but
no, I
opinion.
agree. Like, Harry Potter world, there's not a single thing that isn't immersive there.
Right.
Not a single. And I'm not lying to you. It is terribly immersive. It's too immersive, and I'm not joking.
Okay.
Nothing can be too immersive, but it is so phenomenal. Again, this is not a Harry Potter world thing, but like, I did get a wand though. The one that interact with the world, I did get that.
Oh.
I didn't get to use it a lot because this is our last day there. So if I go back, which I will in the future, definitely, no matter what, I'll bring it back. But definitely cool. I won't talk about the Harry Potter one too much, but like you literally, the people there are so nice. Like you go in and like they will literally talk you through getting your own custom wand and stuff. It's cool. Or you can pay for experience and get it from like Avalander himself, which is also cool. But yeah, on to the last thing, which is kind of like lackluster. I definitely should have saved the saber for the last part. But for all those who don't want to watch through the entire video, you got the lightsaber first. That's pretty much why I did it. But this is your boy, your lawful cat. I just think he's cute. It's a Star Wars cat. That's pretty much why I got it, right? It's literally why I got it. It's a cute cat, and it delivers pretty much exactly on when it promised. It still doesn't like you.
Yeah, it doesn't like me. I don't like it either, if I'm being honest. No, like, both jokingly as a character, and if I'm being honest,
yeah.
I don't like it. It's kind of disappointing to me. It's kind of pitiful.
Pitiful?
I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. He just looks a little pitiful.
It pretty much delivers on everything that I
You thought it was going to be.
got it for.
Okay.
If you push forward, it does this little scream. You pinch on its leg, and it does the growling. You pet the head, and it purrs. And it actually just purrs on its own sometimes as well. Again, lackluster finishing here, for sure. But, yeah. Overall, I wish I had more Harry Potter items because, oh my gosh, look at that.
He's creepy.
It's a lawful cat.
I don't like him.
They're supposed to be weird looking.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lawful cat?
Yeah.
They're kind of weird looking.
They're weird looking, but he's just extra weird.
Oh, he's returning then. When you least expect it.
Gosh. I hope not.
But anyways, that was Galaxy's Edge. Like I said, I wish I had stuff on Harry Potter so we could do a Harry Potter video. But dude,
chill out.
That
being said,
is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
just take on my really awesome lightsaber that's totally as high-tech as yours. I definitely didn't get it for $364 at my local Walmart shop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Josh. And this is a pineapple.